Thank you, Helen. I already got the applause as an advantage and as a promotion. So thank you for that. Since we are performing a speed talk, I think it's not just speaking quickly, but perhaps speaking the messages and to getting through the not very many messages, but some of them. So as to the SDGs, as we all know, and as Helen was also referring last September, we also introduced a new metrics, which is Sustainable Development Goals, which will be the common goals until 2030 all over the world. And formerly, when the climate and energy wasn't in the Millennium Development Goals as explicitly as they are now in the global goals for sustainable development. However, there are maybe all the 17 goals can be said they are all energy related, starting from the hunger or poverty issues, or even going through the ecosystems or consumption and production issues till the very last ones concerning the partnerships and governance issues. But there are two SDGs that are explicitly addressing the energy agenda, number 7, which is a renewable energy, or also some have said that this is more an access to energy and access to renewable energy. And the number 13, which is about climate change or climate action issues. So there are maybe 2 more energy and climate focused objectives. This is a small figure, but just to give an overview where Estonia stands or stood last year when first such an overview of the implementation of the SDGs in the OECD countries was first published. And again, looking at the number 7 and number 13, for Estonia, the climate action is all red, which means that this is something like the traffic lights that we should be very concerned about, while the energy issues, the goal number 7, there is 1 red and 1 green indicator. So this is very much about the indicators, what we can take on board. Usually they are measuring the CO2 emissions from fuel combustion or per GDP. Also the energy intensity is an issue, and the share of renewable energy. Again, when we look back, what has Estonia been among different performance indicators, then climate and energy, according to the Yale Environmental Performance Index, again shows that Estonia is performing not very well in terms of climate and energy portfolio, and ranking has even decreased in a way that Estonia is lagging behind. There is always this dilemma of being energy secure and also to conserve environment. This was also touched upon early this morning in the presentations, that whether we should be choosing energy security or how to also not to harm the environment. And there is also a third dimension, the energy equity, which places Estonia relatively in a high position. But again, as you can see from the security point of view, and especially from the sustainability point of view, is not in a very good position. And surprisingly, or not so surprisingly, also according to the ecological footprint based on the 2012 data, it shows that Estonia is almost using 4 times more global hectares per person in order to bufferize all the environmental impact compared to the global medium, the average, which is 1.7 global hectares. The most recent SDG index that was just published this summer, it also shows that as far as Estonia is concerned, the climate action is in red. But as you can see, it always depends on the measurement. And here, the Sustainable Development Solutions Network has put the energy-related CO2 emissions per capita as in the red zone, but also the climate change vulnerability monitor data. And in the energy access and renewable energy SDG, that we are still lacking behind the other countries, but not in the red zone. Last year, we also, Estonian Ministry for Environment, conducted an overview or just asked the people's opinion of experts and different public civil servants, which SDGs would be the most important for Estonia. And here is just the first 5 SDGs that were regarded as the most important ones. Education, consumption, the 3rd and 4th place was shared by energy and biodiversity issues, and health came as the 5th area. So energy is very important, but not as perceived as the most important issue. Of course, we should take into account this is among the 17 SDGs. So what is the way forward? And it has also been emphasized in the previous presentations today as well, that there should be a very strong governmental commitment how to deal with our curse and blessing, so to speak, the oil shale, põlevkivi. And just referring back to some other exits, I also have introduced a Põxit term, that we should start planning and really very seriously looking at it, not only from the energy and the resource perspective, but also from the social perspective. Because this governmental decision that was described in the early panel was exactly that there was no plan B thought of what to do if the oil price would drop as low as it is today. And certainly there are serious questions that to be addressed concerning the transport energy intensity and also the housing issue, as it was also emphasized by the previous Minister for Environment, that housing is an issue and there is a considerable room for improvement. But these 2 issues, transport and housing, will be shortly discussed by 2 of my colleagues. So thank you for your attention.